Hello, my angels. If you are seeing this message, this very well may be a message for you. We are going to dive into the next 3 months for you. We're going to do a classic tarot reading, which I haven't done in a while. I'm very excited. I've really been enjoying the energy of this morning. It's been so silent and clear, and the energy just feels... Mercury also just went into retrograde, so the energy just feels so good, and I'm so excited. So we're just going to dive on in. We're going to break down each month. I think I'm going to do each month individually. Before I do jump in, I just want to clarify there are going to be some things that make this for you. This might not be for you. I'm not doing a pick a card. This is just your next 3 months. So some things may resonate and some things may not. This is a collective 3-month reading, okay? If you don't feel super called to this energy already, this may not be a message for you. So just be very discerning and only choose to claim and watch what you feel desired to align with. You also may only resonate with one of the months, and that's okay too. So just forewarning. Okay, let's jump in. It is July, so we will do August, September, October. All right, angels. Got my matcha here. What is coming in for the collective here in the month of August? Wow, we've got some powerful angels here today. And I'm already feeling such a good energy for August. Ugh, this feels good. Okay, I'm going to keep pulling because we're going to like deep dive into everything, but I want to get started with just this first energy here. August overall, we have the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles coming out. That's 2 4s, baby cakes. 4s could be really significant for you, and August is going to be a very financially abundant month for you. You're going to do very well in the physical realm. You may have some kind of a moment. Either all of August is going to feel really special to you, or I feel like I'm getting a message that there could be a moment in August that specifically feels like a celebration of some sort. So there's some kind of a celebration that you're going to be coming to. I also feel like there's going to be a lot of introspection or diving inwards that's going to happen in August. You're going to feel very, very secure and good in August, but there's definitely going to be moments of a lot more silence than you are perceiving are going to be showing up. It got so dark. Notice me. Whatever. Yeah, and with 2 4s coming out, I really feel like you have a very strong angel team here. 4s have everything to do with you being protected. I feel like you're actually also being protected from something that you don't really see. I feel like throughout August, it's going to become a little bit more clear to you what you've been protected from. I feel like your angels, I'm almost getting an energy of like people who aren't in your life or are pulled away from your life. All of that redirection is protection. Your angels are genuinely wrapping shields of protection around you, and the whole earth is moving as I'm saying this. Like, you're being massively protected from either certain people or certain experiences, and so August is going to feel good for you, but there also might be some moments where you feel like you thought it would be a little bit faster, but it doesn't feel faster, and that's just because you're being protected. The next 3 cards that we have coming out are the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and then the World. I have to like get it to not see my face in order for that to make sense. The 10 of Wands tells me that August might feel like a very busy month for you. I feel like August, it's going to clear up though by the end of August with the 10 of Wands and then the World. I feel like there's going to be some things that you're really closing out in the month of August. I also feel like there's going to be some kind of a relationship with either with yourself, like an old relationship with yourself, or a relationship that you have with a version of yourself that has carried too much, or the other option could be a relationship with a feminine entity or someone that presents very feminine. You're going to be closing out some kind of a cycle with that person or that experience. The 10 of Wands is really like you doing it all yourself. So you might be feeling like just a little bit overwhelmed in the month of August in certain moments, or maybe not even quite overwhelmed, but just like you're really riding that train of doing a lot. And I feel like this is actually very significant for you because you might be in the month of August just like really working on some things that are going to be serving the next season of your life. And it's very important for you to be doing as much as you're doing in August, but you also may have some moments where you're like, whoa, I'm like carrying a lot right now. And not that it'll feel overwhelming, but it'll just be like, I feel like you'll have a little bit more excitement for the moments that you're able to settle down because you're moving through so much. With this Queen of Cups and the World, I really feel like there's some kind of a relationship ending. You know, I'm almost getting like karmic ties ending. You might have some kind of a relationship with a karmic feminine entity that is coming to a close. And it's going to be restarting, or not that relationship, but that kind of a relationship is going to be restarting for you. The chickens all just decided to start talking, which is kind of funny. I feel like August might be a little bit of a noisier month for you. Like, I'm getting an energy of like, it's just gonna be a little bit busier for you. You might be, again, with the 10 of Wands, like you feel like you're just gonna be doing some new things. Okay, what's coming through for this collective in August? I feel like you're going to be traveling in the month of August. You may already have a trip planned. You may be going somewhere with the mountains. We have the 8 of Cups coming out here. The other option is that you may be going somewhere what was I going to say? Gone. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Cups. I feel like there's going to be some new passion that is ignited within you in the month of August. I feel like it's going to be really connected to your truth. So there may be some kind of an energy that you're stepping into within yourself of speaking your truth and arriving more towards your truth. This truth is going to ignite you. And when I say ignite you, I feel like it's going to really create or cultivate new passion. I'm almost getting an energy that there may be something that you're working on that you're coming to a new perspective with, and this perspective is very beautiful and clear, because the Queen of Swords is a very clear energy. She's very forward. I'm really getting project energy with the Ace of Wands, so I feel like it's some kind of a project, and I think there's new insight or new perspective coming through. And I feel like you may already be working on this project, but I feel like there's been something about this project that maybe was missing or didn't feel fully in alignment. I feel like this is the month of that new journey beginning, or not even just like a new journey beginning, but like you continuing that journey and bringing it into a new light, okay? And finding what you feel is needed or missing from whatever this passion project is. Okay, on the back end, ooh, we've got the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and then we have the 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 2 8s. Super interesting. 8s are actually really abundant numbers, and it's funny that we have the Dreamer in the beginning of this part. So there's something that you've been like manifesting or dreaming, something that has been really like in your mind, something has thrown you for a loop is what I'm getting. Like, you've really been thrown for a loop by whatever this manifestation is of yours. There's going to be some clarity coming in. It may show up in the later half of August because it did fly out over to the right hand side of this reading. So it's definitely something that's like not up front and first. It's going to be a little bit later. It might even come at a time where you've really like let go of the energy. And of course that makes so much sense. Of course it's going to show up when you've let go of the energy. But yeah, I'm really feeling like something that's spun you for a loop might catch you at the end of the month. Okay, I'm gonna dive into our star cards. What can you tell us about August for this collective? Ooh. Ooh. Ah! Oh my gosh. This energy is intense. I feel like there's someone that's like a star-crossed lover of yours. We have the Lovers and the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups coming out on the bottom. I have to like hide my face for it to like see the cards. Find them. I'm not here. There it is. There it is. Two of Cups on the bottom. Oh my gosh. And the Two of Wands. Jeez, that's 3 twos. Okay, there's some kind of a star-crossed lover that you're connected to, and in the month of August, it's funny because there's 2 love cards, and then there's another 2 here, which has all the 2s is divine timing. So this is some kind of a love partnership or connection that is really being, I'm getting strung along by divine timing. And there's some kind of massive block in between the love and the connection. It's almost like the energy is very, very potent. I feel like you and this person might both feel very unsure about this connection, whatever this connection is. I feel like you both feel like there's a block in between the 2 of you, but it's just blocks that you have both put up mentally, is what I'm getting. What can you tell me about this? I feel like there may be some kind of a connection to this Lovers, because I originally was pulling in correlation to the first section that we got out. There may be some kind of correlation to this blockage coming up and you having some kind of new insight or overturn in this relationship at some point in the month, more likely earlier on in the month, where there's some kind of celebratory moment is what I'm getting, especially because you have that celebration coming through in the energy of August. So I feel like there's going to be something really successful connected to this relationship in the beginning of August. But then again, we do have something that you're feeling very like thrown a loop for at the end of August. I feel like that will be a little bit more of like when you're really touching the surface of what feels mentally blocked. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords and the World coming out. You know, I feel like this is kind of a relationship that you're meant to fully surrender to, however it's meant to come through. With the World usually has to do with like surrendering to the cycle of it. Maybe even the closing of it, because the World has to do with a closing or the end of a chapter. But then again, the Ten of Swords in this deck specifically has to do with like really laying yourself out on the table and like taking the hard hit. There might be something in this relationship where it's some kind of truth or honesty, or could even be a conversation that has to come through that's going to be a little bit like set your heart up on the floor and watch it get electrified, you know, like and this might happen for both of you, where you guys have to really come to the surface and be like, okay, like here goes, I'm down to just let myself get torn to shreds by this. And it's in the willingness of opening your heart that there's going to be really significant change in this relationship, where the old cycle of whatever you've been experiencing will end. And whether it continues on forward into the next month, I guess we'll see. right? There's some kind of really, I'm just gonna channel a little bit for August. There's some kind of really sturdy energy that's coming through for the month of August. I feel like you're really securing your center in August, touching into your vessel and your clarity. I'm getting really strong root chakra energy, so I feel like there's something big about feet in the ground, heels all the way to the floor, like structure in your life in August. And the main focus, there is love here on the back burner in the back of your mind, but that's not the first main things that have come out. So August isn't going to be a month of deep like dying in love energy. Like, there is love here and there's something, but there's massive blocks coming out around love. So the main focus of this month is actually going to be overcoming obstacles and closing out karmic cycles for you. Yeah, and I just feel like it's going to feel, it's funny because it's going to be a little bit like, in certain moments you might feel a little uncomfortable by these cycles closing out, but it's going to feel absolutely freeing at the same time, where at once you felt really tied to certain things or certain people, and now you're really loosening those reins, is what I'm getting, where the reins are completely dissolving as you loosen them. I am going to get, I have some angel number cards, so we're going to get like a couple of angel numbers for, we're going to get 3 for the month of August, and then we'll move into September. 3 cards for the month of August for this collective. Dude, you cannot make this up. The first one that came out is 222, and we literally just got 222 with the lover stuff. That's so good. Come on. 2s, 8s, and 4s are what's significant this month for you. Or this coming month, I guess, right? 2 more. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so 222. Transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast-paced, forward progress. I feel like this really is in connection to that lover relationship that's going to come forward and the blocks that you're moving through it. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt and shift. Everything is working out for the best, and at long last, you are accomplishing what you were set out to do. The next one we have is 2121. This one really matches. I'm getting strong energy that this is your main card for the month of August, success and wealth. And it matches all of the first tones of energy that have come out here. Balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles, what goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Beautiful. And then the last one we have is 1001. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. This comes out with our Dreamer card later on. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Amen, angels. Okay, I'm going to, my matcha's gone, so I'm gonna grab a little sparkly drink and then we'll jump into September. And unlike all the other readers on here, I'm gonna let you just sit right there while I grab it. Love that noise. Okay. This bun. My hair's like not quite long enough yet to do like big messy buns. I'm like trying to grow it out so I can. September. in store for this collective in the month of September? I swear you literally can't make this up. I was feeling uncomfortable tapping into the month of September. September feels strong, it feels powerful, it feels overwhelming, and the first card coming out is the Tower. A lot of the same cards. I feel like there are some themes from the month of August that are going to move into September. We'll just keep those over there because they feel like August energies. The thing about September is that September is going to be a very intense month either way, because the astrology of September of 2025 is absolutely absurd. So it makes a lot of sense that the Tower has come out, and apparently like this summer or whatnot, I'm not an astrologer, I tell you guys this every time, but I follow a bunch of them. Apparently we're like on this really massive like leveling up to September, like it's like this massive buildup, and September is the month where everything is on flames. So the Tower makes a lot of sense. But we're gonna dive deeper into what could be coming through in September, because okay, okay, so the first cards we have coming out here are the Tower and the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So there's some kind of massive journey that you'll be having in September that is connected to your security, your finances, your work life, what you've been building. You may have some kind of really intense, rapid, transformative moment in September that makes you look at your work life in a different way, where you're like, oh, I've been working so hard to get to this specific. I'm really getting like perceptive energy, where it has a lot to do with like your mind and like what you've been working for and why. Like almost like, it's almost like I'm feeling the angels are going to be putting you in a position in September where you're being asked to understand and remember your why. Like, are you doing this just, I'm going to use someone that's like reaching for fame for an example, because like I used to be that person. It's a good example. Understanding your why. Like, why are you doing this? Are you doing it just to like get this? And what's the purpose behind getting that? What does it serve for you? Like, why are you doing this, and how can you better benefit from this? So I almost feel like there's going to be some kind of like a massive perspective, like awakening, and it's going to feel really rapid and happen quite quickly for you, and it's going to bring you back to the purpose of like the King of Pentacles is not just a money maker, you know. And ooh, there's something really big about understanding like how you can serve, is what I'm feeling. How you can serve in a way that is beautiful and is giving and is very generous. I feel like coming back to the point of like how you're affecting society and community is what I'm getting also. And this is more of like a channeled energy, because we don't technically have community cards coming out. But I'm feeling this so strongly. Yeah, it's like, what part of you is doing things to serve your ego? Sorry. What part of you is doing things to serve your ego and what is coming out in that direction? And what part of you is doing things to serve a betterment, like a betterment of the planet or a betterment of the society, or however you're choosing to like actually serve? I feel like there's something really big about like, you're here for a purpose and you came here to serve. So what are you serving? Because if all you're serving is a material aspect of yourself, that's not benefiting anyone, and it's not going to get you what you want either. They're telling me to tell a little bit of a story. I don't know, there must be some kind of like social media beings here because fame is coming through, like the concept of it and like what that is. So hopefully you can relate to this part, and if not, just like, sorry. When I first started out on social media, my whole entire drive was to be famous, right? Like that's what I wanted, because I thought, and when I had met a bunch of people, I thought that the number behind your name mattered. I thought that that's what made you important. And so my manifestations and everything that I was driving for, everything that I was working towards, was to get a number, a specific number that made me matter, right? An external way of making myself matter. And I also was surrounded by a bunch of people who did social media and worked with people that had millions of followers, millions. And they would tell me, we can't work with you unless you have this amount of followers. You have to have this base. You have to be someone in order for us to even try to get you deals. And so I had in my head that I needed to hit these numbers to be someone who could be someone in this world. And I really strived for it because I believed external circumstances because of my lack of self-worth. I really didn't see myself as someone who mattered, and so I thought that would make me matter. So I spent years manifesting community, not real community, but a number community. So I was manifesting these numbers for my accounts, for my pages, which was really, really unhealthy because I was just working and working and working and striving to follow the trends, to not be individual, to be someone that could just hit these numbers. And I did it. I hit over 1 million followers on TikTok, and I hit that number. And it's funny because those people that I was trying to impress, they messaged me and they were like, congrats on your 1 million, you know? But that 1 million followers that I had cultivated was not a community. Like, that's why this community means so much to me, right? Because beforehand, I had a community of people who followed me for the lifeless, like, lack of essence that I had, because I was only following trends. And they were all sounds. I wasn't sharing my own voice. I wasn't allowing myself to be my own person. My desires were completely material. They had no footing. They had no center. They had no way of giving back to anybody. I was just serving a naked energy, or not really even naked, just like empty energy. And I had to get to a point where I was like, okay, like this whole community, all these years that I've been working for this, I have cultivated nothing, really, because I had the number behind my name, but I didn't have anyone who even commented. I had no community aspect to it. And all I got during that whole entire time was hate, which is honestly really interesting and reflective of the energies that I have experienced, because now our community is so full of love and goodness and beauty and light, and it's because we are working from a center of love and beauty and light. And back then, I was working from a center of self-hatred, because I didn't feel worthy, right? So I'm feeling this kind of an energy really coming through. And it's not to say that you're on social media or on that aspect, but it's the concept of what is your why? And how can you serve with your why? I feel like this is gonna be a massive theme coming through in September, especially if this video has found you, right? Because you're coming back to the point of who are you serving? And what heart is living inside of this, right? And also themes of forgiveness and your inner child and coming back to your own self-worth. Because the next two cards that we have coming out here is the Six of Cups and the Page of Cups, right? And the Six of Cups specifically has everything to do with forgiveness and your inner child, and also people from the past coming around. I feel like people from the past could randomly show up, but a lot of energies of just like recognizing more of your understanding of your purpose here on this planet, and understanding that that stems from inside of you. I think that's really significant, and it doesn't stem from a material aspect of what you're manifesting, because it's the way that you're manifesting. You're a master manifester, bruh. Like, you're incredible. You're so talented, but manifesting from the right energy is what's gonna serve you to serve more than just you. And remembering the essence of, like, you're not here just to experience you, you're here to experience all the reflections of you and this universe and just the depth that you can experience in this world, and that doesn't come from a materialistic view, right? Okay. I really hope that was significant for someone, because I haven't really talked about that at all before. So then we have the Six of Cups and the Page of Cups. So I feel like coming back to your why is going to have this really, because like I feel like the beginning of September is going to be like, wah, you know, and then it's going to be like causing you to look and reflect at yourself and come back to the heart, right? We have 2 cup cards coming out, coming back to your heart and what serves your heart and what is your heart desire, following your heart's desires. And in that new, almost like new pathway that you're creating, that mental pathway, you're birthing random blue moon opportunities of the heart that are going to pop up in your reality. You may have a random heartfelt message come through, or a confirmation, or someone from the past might just like send you a message or send you some kind of a recognition moment. The Page of Cups is a messenger card, and it's like an out of the blue message type of energy. And we also have past people coming up, so it could be like past people coming through and feeling you reconnecting with your heart. I feel like there's something really significant about, it's like in the moments that you're coming back to your why, that's when those messages are going to come through, because they're going to be like a reward for that why, right? I'm also getting swelling in the throat as I'm talking about this. You may struggle with this Tower moment with some of your like your throat and feeling I'm getting almost like an energy of like, there might be an energy of guilt that comes up a little bit where you're like, oh, what have I been doing? I feel like it's just really significant to remember, like there's a message from the angels coming through. It's very significant to remember that all of that experience is significant, even if you were moving in materialistic ways, because it gives you the understanding and the appreciation of coming back to your heart. Like you wouldn't be able to come back to your heart and understand the presence and the essence and the heart of you if you didn't first move without it, right? There's always that dichotomy in your life where you want both, because you won't respect the other without both experiences, right? It's almost like a self-respect, because you'll know how far you've gone and come through in order to come to where you are and have a deeper sense of gratitude. I'm hearing Russ's, there's my favorite line in one of Russ's songs is, a magnet for miracles is a heart made of gratitude. And that feels so prominent for this month. I'm literally getting full body chills. Like, as you're coming back to your heart and coming back to that gratitude and experiencing a whole new sense of gratitude, you're going to basically be rebirthing the magnet of miracles for your reality. And that's when shit gets real. That's when stuff comes in. We also have the Four of Pentacles and then the Ace of Cups coming out over here, which I haven't showed you, but the Four of Pentacles is, of course, that old way of being, holding on to materialistic aspects, not being willing to let go. But from that to the Ace of Cups is really stepping out of that and stepping more into love. So that's really just like extra themes of what we're talking about right here. And yeah, like just coming back to your heart is so big for September. And then we've got some interesting stuff coming through here. So as you're centering back into your heart, we have the King of Wands, the King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles coming out. This is absurd. Seriously. That's a lot. That's a lot coming in all at once. And there's 2 masculine presences coming in here as well. I feel like you could have 2 masculine suitors approaching you. This could be in finances, or it could be in another way, depending on if you are a divine masculine or a divine feminine. But along with the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Ace of Pentacles is new opportunities. Knight of Pentacles is someone coming up to you and literally offering you a very solid opportunity. King of Wands is someone that is very explorative, could be attracted to you, a very fiery energy. King of Swords is someone coming up, showing up that you perceive to be very just and honest and truthful. But all of them came out together. So that's like opportunities and people, their character cards specifically, and literal like physical opportunities being handed to you all at the same time. We're gonna deep dive on this energy. We also have the Queen of Wands here at the bottom. So I do feel like there is something in September about like a fiery match or a fiery essence in some way. But let's dive a little deeper into what these mean, because I feel like all those themes of September that are coming through, coming back to your heart, is going to be the majority of September. And this is going to be like the delicious energy of the universe or the angels coming through as you're stepping into your heart with like, here's an offer, here's an offer, here's an offer. Like, they like can't find me. There must be spirits like right next to me or something. Ooh. Yeah, I just feel like September is going to be a huge month for you. It's funny because it's going to feel like really powerful and like intimate activation happening. But at the same time, it's going to be like one of the most pivotal months in terms of things turning back in your favor because you're reconnecting with your heart. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, double Aces of Pentacles, and double Six of Cups, or sixes. That's not the same card. I just feel like September is gonna go from like being so like erratic into so abundant, like so rewardful is what I'm really getting. Like so much reward. Wow. Any more? Maybe one more. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I really feel like, oh, I'm just getting this crazy, like, powerful, like, I'm almost feeling like life at the end of September or the second half, or as you're stepping into your heart, however soon you're willing to like surrender to the Tower and allow that in and like remember to come back to your why, the sooner this is going to happen for you. So it's going to be marked to the individual, but the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, I just feel money. I feel forgiveness. I feel money. I feel abundance. This is my card of the ancestors giving to you, like literal hidden gifts that come out of nowhere. Fated gifts is what I'm getting, especially with two Aces of Pentacles. I feel like there's going to be some really massive fated gifts for you guys. Find me. And then the Queen of Pentacles coming out. So I feel like by the end of September, you're going to be feeling so, oh, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles from the beginning, so that's funny. You're stepping away from a more masculine energy and into more of your heart and your respected like essence of also your connection to earth is really significant. So I feel like throughout the month it's like stepping away from materialism and stepping into the heart of earth and your ancestors, and you're going to be rewarded massively in September for this as well. I don't know why it's having such a hard time finding me. Bruh. Yeah, September feels so, it feels so intense, but so good. Yeah, it might feel super, the Tower is definitely like a really heavy energy. So the beginning of September and like the buildup in September is gonna feel like a lot, and I feel like you might have moments where you're really grasping onto your old ways, and it's gonna be kind of hard for you to step back into your heart or remember your why. I feel like this message is really finding you on purpose. There's significant purpose of you understanding that that's what's moving through September, so that you can basically like have an easier segue, because you're gonna have that thought in the back of your mind where you're like, oh yeah, like this month is about coming back to my why, and just remembering that specifically, and remembering that you're falling back into your magnet of miracles, your magnetic essence of attracting miracles, and it's all stemming from your heart, which stems from your why, right? And also something that I have noticed over the years is the more of a why that you have, the more quickly or the more magically your manifestations arrive. Let's get a couple of cards for September. Holy moly. We got eights. Eights are so powerful. We literally have like all 8s. 8888 and 888. That's so crazy. It's all about that eternal, like, the never-ending energy that comes back in. Snakes could be significant as well. Okay, we'll start with this. We also have 24. 888, communication, charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. And then we have 8888. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. That feels like as you're coming back to your heart. And then 24, prosperity, harmony, journey, waiting, discipline, exaggeration, the opposite sex. That day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Woo! This just looks so epic on the table. I can't believe 2 8 cards came out. That's so insane. That's abundance, babe. Like, September is going to be so pivotal for your abundance because you're, I've already expressed it, but like just coming back to your heart essence and that generosity that stems from the heart is where the abundance lies. It's where all of what you're looking for comes from, right? Woo! This is a powerful one. The month of September. Okay. Let me put these away so we can jump into October. It's a lot of cards. Just gonna clear this a little bit so we don't have like crazy energies coming out from September into October. Okay. October. I'm gonna restart the camera because it's gonna cut out. Yay! Ooh, October feels like free. Dancy. Ooh. What's coming this collective's way in October? Interesting. I feel like October is going to start out with you processing a lot of the changes that you made in September, because we have the 3 of Wands coming out, the 5 of Cups, and then the 4 of Pentacles, which came out in the last one, but we're not really going to take it because it's last month's energy. Yeah, we've got 2 5s coming out, so I feel like there's a lot of like understanding what you moved through in September. I feel like there's going to be a big emphasis on processing what you moved through, because I feel like September was so powerful. I feel like it will loosen, but the beginning of October might feel like almost feel like a little bit despairing. Is that a word? Despairing? Because there's just this energy of like letting go of what doesn't come with you from September, and there's a lot of stuff in September that's going to be left behind. And there's going to be a new journey beginning in October. What's coming this collective's way in October? We got our cards. There we go. Interesting. Wow, these are some really wild energies. We've got 2 sneaky cards coming up. We've got a card of heartbreak. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the card of victory, the Hanged Man, and then the Sun. I'm going to read them as they fell out, kind of like a timeline reference for you. The first card that came out is the Sun, so it's not going to be as heavy as you think it's going to be. The Sun lights up any reading, and so I feel like that's really significant coming out in this reading because it feels heavy with all these weird energies coming through, but it's not going to be as heavy as you think it's going to be. It's just I really feel a really strong message of like letting go of the old and truly like understanding what's been left behind. I feel like that might be a little bit disheartening for you. Yeah, just like a little bit heavy on the heart is what I'm getting. I feel like there are some entities, and we have 2 sneaky cards, so I feel like there's some entities that these could be beings, or they could be perspectives or experiences, things that weren't serving you, that may have like been out to get you, not really out to get you, but like they were reflections of you being out to get yourself. And I feel like that's something that you're really like letting go of, and that might be a little bit heartbreaking, right? Things that you've let go of. And then the 10 of Wands coming out again. I feel like you may still be working like pretty intensely. But then we have victory and the Hanged Man. So there's going to be, I feel like in the wake of all of this, there's celebration, and like you're going to be feeling very, very proud of yourself for everything that you have moved through and are letting go of truly. But you're going to have some kind of a really massive perspective shift also that happens from September into October. I feel like this is very connected to everything that you've like let go of, and it's going to feel very victorious, and you're going to be really proud of yourself. But there's no way for you to truly understand in this moment how much of a perspective shift you will have had, because the Hanged Man is like deep surrender and like release, and also just like you never really understand the perspective shift the Hanged Man gives you until it happens, and you're like, oh shit, okay. What's coming this collective's way in October? Okay, we've got 2 5 of Pentacles coming out. We've got a reference there. We have the Emperor and the King of Swords. You know, I feel like October is actually a month of you really stepping back into your power. Yeah, the 10 of Swords as well. Because there's so much that you surrendered to that now you finally have the ability to step back into your power. The Emperor and the King of Swords. That's your truth, that's your power, that's your abundance, that's what you deserve. Truly deep self-respect, right? Queen of Cups and the Sun. Again with the Sun and the Magician. Okay, so 2 suns. That is like, October is going to be really joyful. You're going to be super stoked in October. And there's a lot of stuff that's being let go of or like recognized that you released and like isn't for you. And that might feel heavy, but like October overall is going to feel like so incredibly bright. It may even be a really hot month, or like a month that's full of flavor is what I'm getting, like so much goodness and just joy. And so that's really going to counteract a lot of the energies that you're moving through, because October is going to be such a rewardful month from everything that you've let go of, right? We have the King and Queen, the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. It's interesting, whatever that love was in August has not come back out again. So I feel like that may be some kind of a love experience that gets let go of, to be completely honest. Or if it does come back through, it takes another cycle to come back through and you come back as different people. But that didn't come back through in September or technically in October. So I feel like that's something that's really going to be closed out, to be honest with you. That might be a little heartbreaking too, to be fair. But we do have a King and a Queen coming out, so it is possible that in October there is something new that births, okay? And it could be someone entirely new also, for those of you that like are feeling love. 10 of Swords and the Magician. I feel like there's going to be a deep surrendering to your power. I'm just feeling power in the month of October. And yeah, I really feel like October is going to be way more beautiful than you feel it's going to be, especially like me looking at these cards. It's like, okay. You know, like there's a little bit of like an overwhelm, but like there's so much power and sun energy and victory. And it's going to be a month that feels like when you start to succeed, you start to recognize that there are going to be very, very high highs. And with the high highs come very low lows. So I feel like October is going to be one of those months where you're starting to realize like how incredible you're doing. And at the same time, you're going to be experiencing the opposing energy of that, where you've had to let go of so much, and you might feel that heartbreak, and you might feel like a little bit from people that have like done you wrong or that you had to let go of. You might feel like it's just like really sad to have had to let go of that and to recognize what actually happened. Like a little bit of like sitting in that truth, right? And like it served you when it did, and now it doesn't, and now you've let it go. And it's a little bit of just like sitting with that. But the goodness that's coming through in October, like it's just gonna be really interesting. And I can't really explain to you, like it's gonna be a felt month in presence. Okay, so you may be more present in October than you have been. September feels like it's going to be a little bit of one of those months where so much is going on that you might be a little disassociative. And then October might be that sitting back in your body and being like, oh, okay. But in a beautiful way. Like I keep needing to express that it will be beautiful. Let's get some of these cards. I feel like October's energies, I'm getting a message that October's energies may shift a bit too. October is 3 months out. So the way that the timelines may shift between now and October, I'll probably be doing more updates in October that'll be more in alignment with the time of the present. But this is just like a faraway glance. It's almost like when you're looking through a microscope. A microscope? Is that the right? A telescope. When you're looking through a telescope at something, like the understanding of what it looks like from such a distance, and then you get closer and you're like, oh, there's so much here that I did not see from the telescope, you know? And I feel like that's going to be a little bit more of like how October presents itself. Yeah. 1s and 4s are super significant for October. 14, 14, 23, 23, 111, 1144. I'm going to start with this one because this feels a lot like October. These two really feel like October. Okay, 1144 is mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, quality. Focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. The Sun. 111, which feels very significant for this because a brand new journey is beginning, right? Life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority right now. Okay. And then we have 1414, or we'll do that one last. 2323, judgment. Karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, change, rebirth. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. That's the connection to those old people. 1414, intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal or spiritual development. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. That's a beautiful card for all this energy. Everything feels so in alignment. It's delicious. Okay, that is your 3 months ahead. I hope this added some clarity or connection to yourself, and I hope that this also just serves as like a back-ended energy for the way that you approach the months, just having a little bit more understanding. And if this message and these readings manifested for you or aligned, and you're finding this any time in the next 3 months and this is moving through for you, I would absolutely love to hear about it in the comments. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you guys in the next message.